Hello dear users of digital photogrammetric workstation PHOTOMOD. We are continuing a series of video tutorials how to work with PHOTOMOD 6. Today's tutorial is dedicated to 3D points editing and DTM building on the base of them. Let's start PHOTOMOD and open project Island. Load tin model and 3D points cloud on the base of which this tin was created. As you know, there are some kinds of digital representation of a terrain. Digital terrain model, which shows just heights of raw relief, and digital surface model, which represents not only natural relief, but also heights of trees and artificial objects. On the base of existing tin, we have been able to build DSM already. Build them from tin. I specify dam cell size as 2.5 meters. It equals a grid step that we used while measuring 3D points automatically. Input, name of DSM, and select a place for storing it. Subfolder DEM of open project in default. Created DSM looks like this. In order to build digital terrain model, we should preliminary filter 3D points measured on the top of trees and on the roofs of buildings. I can do it automatically while using a function vectors filter buildings and vegetation filter. Before opening filter window, a layer with 3D points should be signed as edited. Pencil symbol close to layer name. Firstly, I leave filter parameters in default, basic and additional passes with deleting unreliable and doubtful sources. For filtering, I use all cores on a local PC. Okay. As you see from filtration results, the most part of buildings and vegetation areas have been filtered correctly. But in southern part of the project, I see that some artificial objects have remained unfiltered. Road overpass and railway embankment. In order to filter just this area of the project, I should select it, keeping Shift key of the keyboard, and in filter parameters, I activate option filter selected objects only. In addition, I edit pass parameters too. In this part of window I should decrease a value of a load point deviation from smooth surface to say 8 centimeters, for example. And for basic and for additional passes. Activate use of course on local PC option as well. Okay. As you see, most part of 3D points over pass and over railway embankment have been filtered, but some of points remains on it. I rebuilt tin rebuilt. And see that some areas in the project are highlighted by quasi-contours in this part of railway embankment and in this part of road overpass. 3D points that's located in this area can be unfiltered in a stereo mode manually. PHOTOMOD supports a work in page flipping and in Untitled stereo modes. Using of page flipping stereo mode is possible provided that some technical requirements are complied. Graphic card of NVIDIA Quadro series and special monitors are basic technical requirements of page flipping stereo mode in PHOTOMOD. You can read about hardware requirements in detail in website of Rakurs company and in PHOTOMOD user guidance. Regarding Untitled stereo mode, it doesn't require additional equipment except for Untitled glasses. Before opening a stereo window, I should check that in system parameters of PHOTOMOD option of using Untitled stereo is activated. Service, settings, stereo. Untitled stereo mode option is activated, that's right. Okay. Then I put a marker into overlapping area. Click Open New 2D window for the selected stereo pair button and turn on stereo. Then I should hide a layer with DSM. If necessary, I may change phase of stereo if necessary. Scrolling of mouse wheel manages a movement of marker in Z. While moving it in too much distances in Z, its visual perception can be unsatisfactory. To fix such situation, sometimes it's useful to adjust a depth. Panning into window. is provided by Alt key of the keyboard, and then I should make my 3D points layer editable. Select some of problem 3D points and delete them with help of corresponding key of the keyboard. After deleting 3D points, tin model is rebuilt automatically. For optimization of editing in a stereo mode, I add toolbar tools, window, toolbars, tools. I may activate add to selection mode of editing in order to select 3D points one by one and delete them at once simultaneously. In addition, I may select Polygon selection mode in order to select a large area of problem 3D points at once. I keep Shift key of the keyboard and draw a configuration of the area that should be deleted, and press delete key of the keyboard. Tin model is rebuilding simultaneously. Apart from deleting 3D points, I can also add new 3D points into my tin model. To do it, I should specify that position of marker with mouse wheel scrolling, put my marker on the terrain, make sure that points object creation mode is activated in vectors toolbar, and add new 3D point with clicking insert key of the keyboard. Tin model is rebuilding simultaneously again. After editing 3D points in stereo window, I may load break lines into my project in order to include them into tin model. Let's load overpass and break lines vector layers into my project. Break lines, in my case, constitute the most representable lines of the relief, and overpass is artificial object that can be included in tin model as well. Let's create tin model while using break lines, overpass and points without removed points. Okay, as you see, output tin model include contours of overpass and relief break lines. After I delete all problem 3D points of my model, I may save new tin model and create on the base of them digital terrain model. Then build them from tin with the same DTM cell size as it was specified when we created digital surface model. So DTM looks like this, DSM looks like this. Thus, in today's tutorial we have considered a procedure of automatical filtration of buildings and vegetation from 3D points cloud, its manual editing in stereo mode, and creation of DTM and DSM on the base of corrected tin model.